have the best writers in the Philippine film industry now to talk about those episodes. First off, we have the creative manager of the project and one of the writers of the first episode, Miss Noreen Capili.
Hello, good afternoon. Eto na nga. The first episode is set 250 years ago, in 1775, wherein a holy place is attacked by an evil force. Our challenge as creators, as writers, is how to create fear na hindi nagsisigawan. Kasi our characters are nuns. So there are women bound by prayers, silence, obedience, diba? So we want to create fear that slowly and quietly creeps in. While writing din, mapapatanong ka rin na kung yung simbahan, pinasok na ng demonyo, ng kasamaan, ng kadiliman, saan ka kakapit? If prayers and your religion and faith are not enough to save you, ano pa ang tatakbuhan mo? That's where family comes in. So at its core, para siyang sisters na nag-choose to be together para labanan ang evil forces. So sometimes, kapag hindi enough yung paniniwala o yung religion, it's your courage within you and it's your love that will save you. So that's episode 1.
Thank you very much, Noreen. Okay, so that's the first episode, 1775. The second episode is 2025, and one of our writers is here. One of the writers of the second episode. We have Miss Onay Sales Camero.
Good afternoon po. So from episode 1 nga na sobrang tahimik, sobrang matagal na panahon. Yung episode 2 ay very young, at very maingay kasi set siya sa isang party sa present time. Ito na yung Gen Z story. So as one of the writers, ang naging challenge namin nung sinusulat siya ay yung fact na multi-character siya. So kailangan ilabas yung uniqueness ng kada character. Kailangan makita yun in such a short time kasi nga 1/3 lang siya ng film. So yun, yung makikita niyo yung strength, kung paano yung kanya-kanyang strength nagamit nila para matalo yung evil entity. So na kahit magkakaibang tao sila or hindi sila magkakasundo to begin with, kailangan nilang mag-work together. Tapos yung going back dun sa kanya-kanyang strength, ano siya, parang tayong lahat. May kanya-kanya tayong strength para labanan yung kanya-kanya rin nating kadiliman at kasamaan kung ano man yun sa buhay natin. So yun po yung episode 2.
Thank you very much, Onay. So from 775 to 2025, and now we go to 2050. And one of the writers is here, Miss Gina Marisa Tagasa.
Yes. Thank you. We now come to the final episode, which is set 25 years from now. And imagine this. The Philippines, our nation, is in total devastation. There's drought. Huwag naman sana mangyari. There's drought, there's hunger, and we are overrun by flesh-eating creatures. We call them aswang. Ito yung bagong breed ng mga aswang, hindi po mga buhaya, aswang po. So, a future Philippines overrun by a new breed of aswang. So, as mentioned, no other nation helps us. So, ang sakit, di ba? Walang tumutulong sa atin. We face them alone. So, hope lies in family ties and faith. Dito po magra-rise ang isang matinding family, and they will rise above this chaos. And then, lahat pong ito ay manggagaling sa strong faith in God. Kahit po whether it's 1775, 2025, kahit po sa future pa rin, family pa rin po ang napaka-strong bond and ties. We can even defeat the supernaturals if we have that strong faith in God. So episode 3 connects 1775, yung pong tatlong yun, 2025 and 2050. Then everything will make sense. So we are excited for you to watch this movie kasi iba po talagang horror experience ito, and let's all shake, rattle, and roll together. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you to our amazing writers. Thank you, JP. And so, to start bringing the story from paper to screen, we had to build the world of Shake, Rattle, and Roll Evil Origins. So with that said, we want to show you a little bit of video of some of the work the team did to bring the story to life.
Mahalagang mabuo well setting. Siyempre, kung halimbawa ako, I'm designing episode 3. I'm tasked to create the world kung saan gumagalaw yung mundo ng mga artista natin. Kailangan magbuka siyang 25 years from now. So, marami kaming ginagawa para makreate yung mundo na yon na sira-sira, wala ng kuryente, wala ng mga hayop, halaman, yun. So, basically yung trabaho namin buuin at pagbukain totoo yung mundo na yun.
We bring out the characterization. Kailangan kasi maramdaman ng isang artista na ano ba ang karakter nila. That's why there is also a collaboration with actors and directors para mapalabas talaga yung characters or adjectives nila, yung nuances ng isang artista. Yes.
Hindi kasi ma-capture ng printed yung texture pagtama ng camera, kailangan texturize. Parang gusto kasi natin palabasin printing siya.
Pinaka-challenging yung pag-research ng ano yung kailangan costume na isusuot, yung flash. Kailangan mahanap ko siya. Kailangan malaman ko kung ano nangyari sa kanya.
But we want to continue to innovate and move our production forward in not only design, but storytelling and acting. So with that said, I have the pleasure of introducing our next speaker, the President and CEO of Regal Entertainment, Mr. Sel Monteverde.
Good afternoon, everyone. Nice to see everyone here. My friends from the media, and I would like to acknowledge Tita Annabel Rama, Leo Katikbat, the fan groups, of course, the production staff, and the cast. Okay, ang shake kasi naging tradisyon na. So ano bang tradisyon? Diba? So ang tradisyon, tayo ba'y dapat susunod sa tradisyon or i-break natin yung tradisyon? Pero ang shake, wala sa dalawa. Ang shake, ang tradisyon ng shake is always excellence. Yun ang aming tradisyon for Shake, Rattle, and Roll. Every year, or maybe there are some years na hindi kami nakakapag-produce ng shake kasi wala pa kami naisip na konsepto. Pero kasi, sa totoo lang, mahirap. Mahirap talaga makaisip ng konsepto. Makabuo na isang Shake, Rattle, and Roll. Ngayong taon na to, sinimula namin ang pagbuo nito since maybe I would say 2 years ago. So, from brainstorming, napag-usapan namin kung anong takbo ng Shake. Ito na nga, ang past, present, future. Ano pa ba pwede natin maibigay para maiba ang Shake? Gawin natin connected. So, ito yun, ang connected na episodes ng Shake. Hindi kayo pwedeng umalis ng sinihan na hindi nyo napapanood ang 1, or napapanood ang dulo, o napapanood ang gitna. Kaya, ang excellence din namin na ina-achieve dito ay sa production value, sa technical aspects, sa storytelling, syempre sa aming mga direktor na magagaling, and also syempre sa design, pati sa mga artista. So ngayon, kasama namin ngayon ang mga direktor na ang mga direktor. Wala ang Shake, Rattle, and Roll kung hindi mailagay sa katotohanan at sa reality ang mga vision ng producer at storywriter. At eto na sila, ang aming directors ng Shake, Rattle, and Roll.
That said, first I'd like to call the director of our first episode, 1775, Shugo Praigo.
And of course, for the episode of Shake, Rattle, and Roll 2050, Direct Ian Lorenes.
And finally, I just let acknowledge the director of 2025 Episode 2, Joey De Guzman, who will join us via video later on. All right, so Director Hugo, I pass out to you for the first episode.
Hello. Our story begins in 1775. What is fascinating and challenging in this episode for me is to find that, for us, is to find that kind of mixed a horror that is not just terrifying but also deeply meaningful. This story explores fears that was deeply rooted generations before, years before, but is still haunting us till now. It's not just a fear that came from the supernatural, but it's also a fear that's coming from silence, control, and the things that they taught us that never to question. Because we believe that the real horror stories, like the unforgettable episodes of this iconic franchise, those that work are horror that is rooted in real life. So thank you very much for coming here. We're very excited to show you our episode, our story.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ian Loreños. I'm the director of the episode 3. Ayun, okay na, sinasabi naman na ni Manay na yung about the story. Pero siguro, what I can say is how I got inspired or what was my mindset when we were doing the film. Nag-look back ako sa during the COVID pandemic, and there are no specific words about the pain, the tragedy of us. All of us, I'm sure we've lost family, a neighbor, a friend, a loved one. So I drew to that inspiration na sinabi ko, itong pelikula is like an allegory, it's like an ode to that stage of our generation na na-survive natin yun. Siguro yun yung naging inspiration sa akin, na it's about the survival of humanity during this harsh situation, this harsh present situation. Tapos inisip ko rin na what kind of fear that we can induce to the audience possible. Kasi since like na-mention ng Shake and other horror films, halos na-tackle nila karamihan ng what kind of fear. So ito, we try to make it more subconscious, na it's about fear of the unknown, fear of not knowing what goes tomorrow. Buhay pa ba tayo, kung buhay pa ba yung mga loved ones natin, ng enemy natin ay ang environment na kung saan tayo nabubuhay. So ayun, yun po ang nagbuo sa akin ng inspiration at ng courage para gawin tong episode 3. And I feel na it will be an experience, kasi sa panahon ngayon na we go to the cinema is we go for that overwhelming experience. So ayun po. Salamat.
Alright, and then finally for episode 2, I bring you Joey De Guzman, who is joining us via video.
Everyone, sorry I couldn't be there today. Currently in Seoul, South Korea, attending a wedding for my friend. When I first heard about episode 2, they said that they wanted something fun and scary to watch. And translating that to the set, the cinematography and the performances actually came quite naturally, because we set out to experiment, try new things we haven't done before personally. So my favorite example would have to be the dance sequence.
Probably.
I do believe that episode 2 contributes to the legacy of Shake, Rattle and Roll, because from the beginning we set out to try new things and we actually enjoyed doing them, which resulted in somewhat a fresh experience, not only for the viewers but also for us, the people who made it. And in the end, we got what we wanted, which is a slasher film that is fun, thrilling, and scary to watch. So I hope that everyone enjoys it as much as we enjoyed making it.
Are, of course, the actors who breathe life into every scream, scare, and chase. And I'd like to introduce to you our next video, the video of the actors. Thank you.
Freya, she's a really caring person and super protective siya kay Chang Malena. Nag-aalagaan lang kami ni Chang Malena sa loob ng bahay while naghihintay sa mga kuya, kay kuya, being vulnerable and being independent din at the same time kasi since ako yung nag-aalaga kay Chang Malena at such a young age.
My character is Ice, and if I'm put into words kung ano yung character ni Ice, siya yung tipong pabibo, na mayabang, na mahilig sa attention. So, pinoportray ko talaga yung character na nakakabwisit siya. Pero at the same time, meron siyang pagka-quirky. Meron talagang scenes na heavy na abangan niyo na lang kung paano ako nahirapan doon.
Familiar na ako sa kung ano ang kailangan para sa character. Nung first time around, sa Extreme, ang inisip ko lang, gagawin ko yung kailangan kong gawin. Pero this time around, mas deeper na, mas may understanding na kung ano yung kailangan ng character, kung ano yung sigurong mararamdaman niya, hindi ko sasabihin. Ganun ako ka-happy kasi syempre yung Shake, Rattle, and Roll. It's a really big honor, it's a big franchise, and ayun, sobrang excited ko talaga.
I'm so excited, and I'm also so excited to be a part of the cast of Shake, Rattle, and Roll. Shake, Rattle, and Roll is such an iconic franchise, kumbaga, and I feel like it's also kind of a full circle moment for me because my mom is also in this year's Shake, Rattle, and Roll, and she was also one of the icons of Shake, Rattle, and Roll before. So it truly is such an honor and such a privilege to be part of Shake, Rattle, and Roll.
Grabe, sobrang nakakaiba ito for me. I really like it and gusto ko yung challenge. Ako to take on the challenge. And siguro yung challenge yung acting and yung fight scenes.
It's something new na gagawin ko. Super unnatural niya. It's more of emotions and para maging strong yung presence ng character ko.
Excited talaga ako. And also, nung narinig ko din yung magiging role ko dito, sobrang masaya but at the same time, medyo natatakot ako kasi, you know, scary to eh. Intense kasi siya and never ko pa siya nagawa ever. Ayun, sobrang challenging yung for me.
Hi, my name is Dylan and I play the role of Marco. Ako po ang gaganap kay Marco, ng nakapatid ni Pia at barkada ni James. Siguro ang pinaka-challenge na hinarap namin dito sa shoot na to kasi marami kami, unsound cast kami. Hindi ko alam kung ano i-expect on the set. Thankful naman ako and grateful na sobrang generous ng co-actors ko, ni Direk. So ayun, dream come true kasi pinapanood ko lang siya and now ako na ipapanoorin.
She's the sister of Marco. She's RK, may pagkakonyo, and She's fun, smart, and kind. Because this is extreme. Kahit nanonood kayo guys, kahit audience kayo, mafe-feel nyo na doon kayo sa eksena. Tatakbo kayo, iiyak, sisigaw, lahat ng emosyon nararamdaman nyo. Kaya, extreme ito. My name is Karina Bautista and I play the role of Callie. Si Callie, she is very feminine, girly, pero at the same time, the boy siya. Challenges. Isa, physically yung eye patch. I would say, cruel.
Hi, ako si Alex Calleja and I play Bano. Sa pelikula ako si Bano, pero talagang pag-pronounce dapat yun, Bano. Kasi Bano diskarte ko dito. Alam nyo, atin-atin lang to pero ito talaga nahirapan ako sa shooting Kasi first day, tinatakbo agad ako. Tapos, pagdadapa si Marilyn Reyes, tinutulak ako. 52 years old ako habulan kagad. Tapos may smoke machine, inuubo ko. Daming challenges. Pero alam mo naman, the show must go on.
Kainis yung gingasan na sa hihingaan ka. Nababad kay Alex
siguradong nakakatakot. Traditional ito sa Pilipinas. So I am very proud to be part of this tradition. Dahil ang bagong generasyon, mas bago nang makikita ninyo. Bagong twist sa mga stories. May mga connect-connect. May mga ganyan. Iba na kasi ang generasyon na yun. Kaya you have to watch this. And I play Madre Juana. I play the Mother Superior. Diba pag narinig natin yung Mother Superior, naisip na natin, masungit siya. But yun, masungit ako. Namiss ko doing it. Namiss ko yung environment ng horror. I don't watch horror films, but I like making them. Pero at least sa Shake, Rattle, and Roll, kasama ako. Dun sa panonoodin nyo, saka yung ninervisin. So, yun yung exciting. I think that was the one thing I missed the most, being in Shake, Rattle, and Roll film. So excited. Masaya talaga ako. Happy talaga ako.
Bakit po po? Ano siya yung mawagaman po?
Girl, Sky. Si Sky ay isang street smart na bestie ni Faye. Isa sa mga pinakahirap ako dito, no? Kasi iniisip ko paano yung effective talaga ng convincing na matatakot ka. In-effort namin ko, ginalingan namin para talagang convincing na horror movie na may enjoy ninyo sa Pasko.
Shake, Rattle, and Roll 12, Mamimika episode. Then, syempre, andun yung kaba kasi, eto na ako, andito na ulit ako sa Shake, Rattle, pero hindi na ako bata dito.
At Rosano, I play the role of Dom. Napaka-mapagmahal niyan sa pamilya. Wish niya na magkaroon ng magandang kinabukasan ng kanyang kapatid. Pinoprotektahan ko lang siya palagi. Mahirap
Kasi alam naman natin sa totoong buhay, meron tayong comfort. Alam mo, hindi mo mai-imagine talaga kung paano mabuhay ng pakiramdam ng walang pag-asa.
Hi, I'm Jamie Bara and I play the role of James. Technically, isa ako ditong weirdo na best friend din ako dito ng character. Kaya may mga patagong pagtingin ako kay Fiang. Though, dahil nga sa personality meron si James, hindi siya vocal, hindi siya expressive na nararamdaman.
Pagkamahiyain siya, nagiging siya. Masaya siya laruin kasi first time ko nga din mag-gantong klaseng role na sa aking DJ. And I'm very happy. Is Hermana Salve. She's a nun during the 1700s and she will experience a lot of creepy stuff sa loob ng simbahan nila.
Si Ashley pala yun.
Sa apat na girls, siya yung talagang pinaka-excited na pumasok sa monasteryo kasi very devoted siya kay Lord and talagang gagawin niya lahat para maging isang dermakunat.
Siya sa grupo, siya ay isang anak ng isang nasa posisyon na tao. Challenges doon na syempre yung pag-isip ng buong karakter para sa akin, dream ko yan.
Siyang gawin para sa sarili niya. I think one of the challenges is kung paano ko maiiba si Faye. Pero so far, masasabi ko namang kapit na kapit din ako sa kanya. Nakikil ko siya. Sa Andalio, ako po dito si Hermana Flor and isa siyang mapagmahal na kapatid, patatakutin, pero dahil sa kanyang ate na nagpapalakas ng loob niya, tingnan natin kung masusurvive ba niya ang journey niya dito sa Shake, Rattle, and Roll.
Kapatid, kung mapagmahal na kapatid na appreciate niya yung tulong or yung kanyang kapatid sa panahon na kailangan lumaki. Iba talaga, iba na siya na ginagawa ko. Yun yung challenges.
Lena, strong, very loving, kayang ibigay ang lahat at kung kayang protektahan ang lahat ay gagawin. Very physical siya. Minsan pag uwi mo, meron kang mga bugbog konti. And then minsan paos ka kasi you've been screaming the entire day. Pero ang maganda ron, yun nga sabi ko ay, I cannot say na hindi siya mahirap gawin kasi sa totoo lang, mahirap siyang gawin. Kapag nakikita mo na yung kinalabasan ng ginawa ninyo, bongga.
There's something really special about her. Meron siyang mga special skills. There's something really special about her. Very challenging role. I would say pivotal na rin. And we'll see how things turn out sa first episode of the role of her.
1950 na punong-puno ng aswang. Hindi niya gusto yung sitwasyon kung nasaan siya pero wala siyang choice kasi nasa survival mode na sila. Puno kami ng dugyot dito sa episode namin at para maging character dito.